What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you all tonight? Welcome back to another episode of Phenomenal Views. I'm your host, Nick Smith, and I just got back from watching the movie Inside Out. Now, I wasn't actually going to go watch this movie at first, but plans changed, so I went and watched it. And this movie was good. It was really good. And when I first went and watched it, when I first heard something about it, I was like, I wonder what that's going to be about. And then, like, when I seen the trailer, I was like, interesting. But I did hear some good things about it. So I was like, okay, if I can't do what I was originally going to do, I'll go watch Inside Out. And I was really glad I went and watched Inside Out. Guys, I'm going to tell you straight up, I didn't have any problems at all with this movie. None. I honestly can't think of anything wrong that I had with this movie. Not one whatsoever. Okay, so the story of Inside Out is when we are born, all our feelings, all our emotions are created. In this movie, such as we have joy, sadness, anger, disgust, and fear. And when this happens, a control panel is built. And, like, we have, like, this entire thing that's filled with our memories, our favorite places. Like, in this movie, like, our own personalities become worlds. Like, in this movie, they have family world, friendship world, goofball world. And just to see this, it was awesome. It made me think of Indiana. Dang, I keep wanting to say Indiana. It made me think of Osmosis Jones, whereas that one was like dealing with like what happens when you get sick, whereas this one it deals with like like when we're sad or all the stuff that we go through when we're kids and when we're adults. So this movie has the character of Riley and her parents. Riley is a normal average girl who lives in Minnesota. She's a hockey player. She loves to skate. And, Joy is the main, like, she was created first. So, she practically runs everything. So, like, her job is to always make sure that Riley is happy. So, after Joy showed up, then Sadness, and I'm just going to say, Sadness was my favorite character in this movie. Even though she's depressing, but there's at points where she's so funny. I loved Sadness in this movie. She was my favorite emotion. And so, like, this movie deals, like, with stuff that goes on in Riley's life. Like whenever, like in this movie, for example, she ends up moving away. She has no friends at school. She's in a new town. She's alone. Even though she has her parents, but this movie dives really well with the fact that, when kids go through that, and the movie basically shows what would our mind be like inside, like, oh, well, how do the emotions deal with this? Like, and in the movie, no, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but this movie had great acting, great acting. The animation is beautiful, guys. The animation in the movie is so beautiful. This really isn't a spoiler, but there's a part in the movie where Joy and Sadness are together, and this movie does teach some life lessons. It teaches, like there's a scene like where they have to try and get back to headquarters, and so this guy's like, oh, well, here's a shortcut. And Sadness is like, I don't think we should do that. Let's take the long way. And it was basically like, don't take shortcuts. So when they do, they go into this part of her mind where it's like distorted thoughts. Like it starts out with something and then it just goes to nothing. So like, and there's 4 stages because Joy, and like the reason like why Sadness knows this is because she's read all the manuals. And so, like, she's like, there's 4 stages. So, like, they go through this one stage, like, in each stage, they keep changing different shapes, and the animation changes, and it was really good. It was really awesome. And, like, it deals with, don't take any shortcuts. This movie is actually reminds me a little bit of Toy Story, and what with that is in the movie, basically, Joy wants to keep Riley happy. She doesn't want any sad moments, no nothing. She kind of obsesses over it. Sadness over obsesses with the bad moments. So when they all wake up, because when Riley goes to sleep, like they close up shop, they're done for the day. So like Joy has always wanted to keep Riley happy. So she devises a plan in which sadness doesn't touch anything, because all she thinks is sadness does is destroy. Well, not really destroy, but ruins what Joy is trying to do. And so that makes me think of to where, okay, when Woody was Andy's favorite toy, and then Buzz comes along and it ruins things for Woody, and Woody is trying to get things back to the way they are. Even so, as far as like try to get rid of Buzz. And it just made me think about that. And also in this movie, they unfortunately get out of the main headquarters, and so they have a long journey ahead of them, just like Woody and Buzz have a long journey ahead of them to get back to Andy before they move. And so it really took me to, okay, yeah, this is really, really cool. And another thing, and this was honestly my favorite part in the movie, we find out that like we see everyone else's inner thoughts. It was really cool, like when there's a part in the movie like where there's a dinner scene, and it's after Riley's first day of school and everything, and it's like she's going through that, like she's depressed, she's had a bad day. And so when this is happening, like it actually goes to the mom's inner thoughts, to the dad's inner thoughts, and back and forth and back and forth, and you actually find out that everyone's inner thoughts don't look the same. Like they did one like with this bus driver, and like all of his were like the shape of anger, but like they were all the different emotions, and it was just really, really cool. Like I said, it's got great voice acting, the story is good. This is a fun time, not just for kids, but also for adults. I'm really glad I watched this movie. I'm going to go back and watch it again. Guys, I am giving Inside Out an A. There was nothing in this movie I didn't like. Nothing that made me go, oh, come on, or nothing. And there are some really heart-filled moments. There's another part, and there's another thing in this movie where eventually they cast out all the thoughts that don't need to be there. So like it's this like the mind has a dump pretty much, and the all the little tiny, like the memories are like these little balls, and like there's regular memories, and then there's formal memories. Those are like memories that stay in the machine forever, that like reminder of like happiness and stuff. And crap, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the thing, the memories are like these little crystal balls, and there's formal memories, and dang it, I lost where I was going with this. But the design of this movie was beautiful. Oh yeah, I know where I was going now. It has this dump, and eventually, like, it drops all the bad memories. It drops everything that's useless down there, and they eventually start to fade away. And so that was like during like the whole movie, like, they focus on because like there's also a part in the movie like where they're trying to get back, and they try to like walk across like this little tiny beam. And like when one of the islands start to crack and go down, the bridge starts to break, and Joy has to hurry herself back over, and they all fall. And that was one of the there's some shocking moments in this, because when a lot of things that Riley has of her personality start fading away, the islands get destroyed. Like the islands are destroyed. And like you're just like, oh my gosh. And it was a really, really good movie. other than that, I'm not going to give away any major spoilers. I don't really call those spoilers. I just call those effects. You know, but I strongly recommend you go watch this movie. Like I said, I give this movie, if I could make an A, I give this movie an A. It's got great acting, it's got a great story, a great concept. This is a good movie by Disney and by Pixar. It's made by both. Of course, though, Disney owns Pixar. And the point is, go watch this movie. Guys, this has been a great... Guys, I want to thank you for checking out this video and liking it. And if you have subscribed, thank you for your subscription. Thank you for making my channel grow. I do this for you all. I love giving my opinions, and I love that you all love my opinions. I love that I make you laugh. Guys, thank you for supporting my channel. Show other people my channel. Help it grow. Now, hit that like button, unless you're upside down. Otherwise, that's the wrong button. This has been another episode of Phenomenal Views. Have a nice day.